right, what's going on, big dogs? So we all know about the In Praise of Shadows versus Wendigoon situation. I just uploaded a video about it. You guys have been absolutely killing it on the video, so a quick thank you for that. But we all know that this guy tried to call out Wendigoon for being all these terrible things of which he's not, as well as calling out some other, top tier YouTubers as well. He really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and he actually released a statement today, an apology statement. So fair warning, this apology is just as bad as the video he made. Like, I don't even know if I genuinely call this an apology and more of a, yeah, I realize I got caught and I feel bad that I got caught, so I'm gonna go hide for a little bit. That's really what he's doing here. But let's dive into this. Actually, before we dive into this, I just wanted to say a quick shout out to X8 over on YouTube. I got all these tweets from his video. I was not able to get any of the tweets that he had posted because he privated his account, of course. So luckily X8 was really early to the party and got that up, as well as Sensitive Society. I got a few of them from him as well, and both of those guys make very similar content. Sensitive Society is almost at 500,000 subs, so he is doing extremely well. So if you guys like my content, you're definitely gonna like theirs, so go follow them, go sub to them, whatever you gotta do for them. Go leave them a like, whatever. So shout out to those guys and thanks again. So let's finally get started. So In Praise of Shadows tweeted out saying, today I will be taking that section down for my video. I will be gone for a month while I recharge and work on projects at a slower pace. I thought this was important to talk about. I still do, but the way I went about it was beneath the normal standard that I hold myself to. So if any of you guys have ever watched any of his videos, this guy, I don't actually think he's exactly sorry. Again, I think he's just upset that he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar and was calling out people he had no right to be calling out with zero evidence backing up any of his claims. So to me, this is him hiding away for a month, hoping that it all dies down. And if you guys actually went and watched the video, you'll know in sections he commented about how he's not making any more money off of YouTube. He said to live off like $500 a month. And that's him not growing as a content creator. That's him, again, not making the best quality of videos. I tried to watch a couple of his other ones, and honestly, even worse than the Wendigoon video. The only reason the Wendigoon video is bad is because of the claims that he makes and the false claims that he makes, I should say. That's really what makes it so terrible and awful. But the other videos are just outright bad. They're not even like good quality. So, but after he had announced that, he had tweeted out a few other things here. So it's going to be a long one because he kind of gets into it a back and forth here. So hopefully this video isn't too terribly long, but we will see. So he started out by saying, a thread about the last few days. Many people have said very fair criticism of me and my work, that it did not appropriately portray people, and I would like to address that. So yeah, I mean, he did get criticism. He got a lot of criticism. A lot of people found out about this and a lot of people made videos on it, and a lot of people are making a lot of money off of this right now because this guy made a very dumb mistake and he tried to hide it at first, and now he's trying to, walk it back, and now he's himself is going to go hide and hope that this all just blows over. That's all he's going to do. So I don't think that this apology is really going to fix anything. I think if he ever comes back to YouTube after his quote unquote month break, people are still going to be asking, for him to leave the internet, because this is just, you can't make this many false claims on this many large content creators without any evidence and then just expect everything to be fine. Now, he does end up tweeting towards Brandon Buckingham. So he goes and says, to Brandon, I do need to apologize to you for two things. The first, you are right. It was wrong of me to use that picture. I included it to show that you and Wendigoon had a closeness. There are other images I could have used to demonstrate that. Now, for those of you who don't know, this guy decided to use a photo to represent that Brandon and Wendigoon were friends of Brandon's dead grandpa, or he had some traumatic brain injury or something like that. I believe he's dead now. I could be wrong, but it was not a good photo to use. And it's not like he used it once. Okay. This statement, if you haven't watched the video, this statement can come off as oh yeah, he does feel bad about that, but he didn't use it once. He didn't use it twice. This dumbass used it 3 times in the same video. This same image of this guy's dying or dead grandpa that he was very close to from the sounds of things. So I don't think that was a mistake. I don't think you actually went out of your way to find anything that would be less offensive, because I genuinely think that this guy believes everything he said in that video without any evidence backing it up, just because these guys upset him. And that's it. So I don't think he made this mistake, and I don't think he's actually apologizing. Now, maybe he is, maybe he comes back from this month break and he's a whole new fruitcake. I don't know, but it's this is gonna be a real tough one, guys. This is gonna be a real tough one for him. So after he tweeted about that, Brandon Buckingham actually responded to him saying, also, using a photo of my grandpa after his brain injury is super cool of you. You seem like a great guy and I want to shake your hand at RYZEN, which is super funny. Obviously he's telling him, you know, meet me in person, dude, see what happens. So it's kind of crazy. Again, using that photo is just really scummy and really shitty. And yeah, he deserves to be sternly talking to at the very least. And if Brandon wanted to sock this guy, I guess, like, I wouldn't put it past him. Like, you don't disrespect somebody's family like that, man. And this is like expect to get away with stuff. And so, of course, In Praise of Shadows decided to respond with, for that, for what it is worth, I genuinely am sorry. Which, all right, that sounds a little more believable. He doubled down on it. Maybe he does feel bad for it. Maybe he just was lazy and didn't want to use the same video or the same image, I'm sorry, which is fine. But I just feel like you definitely could have found a better image. There are plenty of images of Wendigoon and Brandon together. I don't know why that image was the one you decided to use, but you would now have to, you know, reap what you sow, I guess. So maybe he is actually apologizing for that. I can give him some credit for that, but it doesn't get better, guys. It doesn't get better from here. Brandon responds to this by saying, I forgive you for thoughtlessly defaming me, but claiming all white people in deep Appalachia should be assumed to be racist, and saying Wendigoon should not be welcome in public because of his assumed beliefs really shows how hateful and insane you are. And then he links a couple of the clips from the video of those exact things there, which is exactly true, 100% correct. This guy was literally just throwing out false claims and just actively defaming people, and these people could and should sue. And that would really, you know, put this guy in his place, I think, because this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, this is life-ruining accusations this guy is claiming. And when he's talking about deep Appalachia, it's basically like the mountain range from like New York down to the south. And then I believe it's everybody on the eastern side of that mountain is considered Appalachia. I'm sure some geography expert will pop down there and tell me if that's right or not. But basically, he's saying that people who live like in the mountains or out in the sticks, if you want to call it that, are guaranteed to be a bunch of white racists who hate everyone that isn't also a white racist. And that is not correct. I've been out to the Smoky Mountains down in Tennessee and down to Florida, and everyone there is really nice, no matter who they are or what they identify as or the color of their skin. They've all treated me with absolute respect, and I think it's a great place. If you haven't been out there, guys, it's a great place to be. I'll be 100% honest with you there. So then In Praise of Shadows decides to try and like flip the script on him, I guess. I don't know where the hell he's going with this, but after Brandon calls him out there and says, I accept your apology for this, but for these other things, I just can't. He goes, you using homophobic language to me through in calling me a low testosterone freak does not change my opinions about you. My base thoughts remain the same, even though I should have said them differently and not let that cloud my writing. Okay, so what homophobic language could have been used? Right? He says he called them a low testosterone freak, but that doesn't really sound homophobic, right? That just sounds like someone's calling you a girl. I don't know if I'd call that homophobic. Basically, he's calling him a bitch. So I'm curious on what could he have said? Could he have said the magical F word that no one is allowed to say anymore? You know, did he say gay with a little bit of spice on it? Like, what could he have said? But then In Praise of Shadows decides that he needs to try to like flip the table, I guess, or like turn the tides of this battle, pulling out all the stops here. So he continues by saying, you using homophobic language to me through and calling me a low testosterone freak does not change my opinions about you. My base thoughts remain the same, even though I should have said them differently and not let that cloud my writing. So all this is extremely stupid. This guy continues to say stupid things. Stupid people do stupid things, and this is remaining true throughout this entire ordeal. Apparently, telling somebody they are a low testosterone freak no longer is just you calling them a bitch or a pussy. Apparently, it is now homophobic to call somebody such things. See, when I first saw this tweet, I was expecting this guy, like I was expecting Brandon to have dropped like the hard F, dude, like the big F word. you know, gay with a little spice, if you will. So, but no, there's none of that anywhere. He just called him a low testosterone freak because this guy is indeed a freak. I don't know if he has low testosterone or not. I guess medically, I have no fucking idea, but I don't really care. But he's clearly a freak. Like, who the hell goes out of their way to make a 4-hour-long video defaming everyone in sight with next to no actual evidence of any of these claims you're making? So yeah, that I would also call you a freak. I think most people on the internet right now are calling you such. And then Brandon continues by saying, after spreading false accusations that I threatened to R-word someone, this guy is now claiming I am homophobic because I said he seems like he has low testosterone. You are such a fucking victim. I watched your entire video and will be making a detailed response. Enjoy your month off, which is awesome. Good for him. That's a great way to respond to that. Fuck this guy. He pisses me off. He took some shots at Mudahar later by just saying like he stands by all the claims he made about Mudahar, and Mudahar responded by basically being like, you got any evidence for that? Can you back any of these claims up, or are you just a dumbass? To which he didn't respond. And then finally, to wrap everything all up here, he finished off by saying, I always tried to do my best. I dropped the ball here in how I represent things. My heart was in the right place. I will try to live my life with integrity. If you have watched me for a long time, I hope you know this. Again, I watched a couple of his videos. I really don't think this guy has any integrity in his videos. Like, I'm somebody who does this for fun, and if this becomes a job, that's awesome. I don't ever want it to feel like such, but this guy is definitely somebody who believed from like the youngest of his years that he was going to be some fucking influencer or movie star or some type of shit. And so now that nobody's giving him attention and his videos aren't doing well, he's just taking a poop right in his hand, throwing it at a wall. And if it sticks, man, he's got a winner. And yeah, I don't believe this guy at all. Like, he's just such a hard person to believe in, because of how crazy these accusations were. It's not like I look at him or I don't agree with him or anything like that that makes me not believe him. It's the fact that he just made all these wild accusations and stuff with no evidence, and then is continuing to argue with these same people that he could possibly ruin their life if people weren't so quick to jump down this guy's throat, you know? So this guy is just clearly a moron. But he continued off, finally saying, I made this video to say that even if Wendigoon did not harbor hate, that his base was made of it, and that he was comfortable making money from that. And I think that that point stands true and has now been proven. It is now time to end this. So there it is. He tries to end it right then and there by, again, slandering Wendigoon. And I mean, Wendigoon did respond. So here's a little bit of that. I'm not going to read this whole thing. This video is already going to be like 25 fucking minutes if I keep talking. You guys can go ahead and pause it and read it there. I'll leave it up for a little bit longer too. But yeah, this guy is completely insane. He, again, is apologizing for all this. The big thing that a lot of people are upset about was the Wendigoon situation and a few of the other YouTubers. He comments on 2 of them and apologizes. And then for this, he says that, oh, I'm not saying that Wendigoon, doesn't have hate or did not harbor hate, but, he's clearly making money off of it. And, obviously that point has been proven now and it's time to end this. No, dude, you didn't prove anything. You just proved that everyone was right to doubt you and that everyone was right to tell you to get off the internet, bro. You can't handle any criticism, dude. I've gotten comments on my videos, dude. I have 500 subs, which I'll be making a video about that tomorrow, by the way. I have 500 subs and I get random people in my comment section just saying the worst things possible to me. But it's the internet, dude. That's just how things are. This guy can't handle criticism. This guy can't handle people like telling him he's wrong or telling him to, like, if you're going to make a video about people that is slanderous, at least do your fucking research, dude. You're going to ruin people's lives. You're going to like destroy their well-being. And that's not cool. I hate that people have started doing that. Like, I don't know why. It's like a trend almost. It's like a TikTok trend almost, where everyone just, if they don't like somebody, they just try to make up the most crazy and ridiculous shit about them in hoping that, it ruins their life. And they're like, ha ha ha, now I don't have to worry about this person that I think is mean and nasty. And it's like, only you think they're mean and nasty. Like, I've seen people making videos on, like, we did a video on Penguin Zero when people said that he was only giving away money to his audience because it was a tax write-off. Why? How do you hate Charlie out of everybody on the goddamn internet? First of all, just making those claims and saying these awful, terrible things does nothing. It doesn't like help you at all. There's still going to be other mean, awful people in the world that you don't like. And instead of focusing your energy on actually mean and terrible people, they're focusing their energy on a YouTuber so that they can just not worry about getting recommended their videos or something. Like, you can literally click on a video and then tell YouTube to not recommend that creator to you anymore. It literally takes 2 clicks. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of this whole situation down below. If you did enjoy, remember, please leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said, guys, we finally reached over 500 subs. You guys absolutely blew up that last Wendigoon video. I was not ready for that. I was at work all day and my phone just kept going off and off and off. And I was trying to like and heart all the comments as quickly as I could during lunch break. And I was trying to read everything and get everything done, but I finally got time to sit down and read everything and, gather my thoughts, I guess. And then I saw all this stuff blowing up that he apologized. I'm like, well, I'll do that video tonight so you guys can get a nice follow up. And then tomorrow I'll just release a nice thank you video for you guys. So thank you guys for that again. The goal for this by the end of this year is to hit 1,000 subs. So, you know, tell your friends, tell your family, guys. Let's grow an awesome, wonderful community here. I actually am getting some custom graphics done finally. So I will have kind of our own look on the channel as well. So I'm hoping that all turns out really well. And yeah, I should have those within a month, so that'll be super nice. But anyways, thank you guys for your time. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video, and until the next video, guys, Godspeed.